Hello everyone and welcome once again to MJ's Maths and Stats. That's MJ Magic Studio to you. I am your host, Dost, and as usual in the ghost mode, Mohit Jain. I fight, I've recovered, and I'm back. Hopefully you all are keeping good. Stay at home, stay healthy, and help people around. These are the tough times, isn't it? So on this note, I'm today with actual question asked on 3rd of May 2021 at 5 p.m. slot at TCS NQT. Numerical ability 24 questions in this session again. So without wasting our time, let's begin now. An office assistant has to purchase black and red whiteboard markers. She made the purchase from two shops, in both of which the prices of B were same, but the price of R, that is red, at the second shop was 2/3 of that at the first. She bought 20 black and 14 red from the first. That is the purchase from the first shop. If B is the price of per black and red is the price of per red whiteboard marker in the first shop, R is the price in the first shop. That means that price in the second shop should be 2/3 of the first one. That would be 2/3 R. She bought 20 black and 14 from the first. 25 black and 18 red. 18 into price of red at the second shop is 2/3 R. So that gives 25 black plus 12 R if we convert in the same basis. So this is the purchase or the total amount expended in first shop. This is the total amount expended in second shop. She spent rupees 1195 altogether. That means if I add up, then 45B plus 26R is equals to 1195. Okay, first equation. And the expenditure at the second shop turned out to be 35 more than the first. That means second minus first is equals to 35. 25 minus 20 is 5B. 12R minus 14R is minus 2R. This is equals to 35. Fine. What is the price of black? We have two equations. We can solve this as simultaneous equation and we can find. Or from here we can find the value of R. We substitute here and then solve it. We can find the value of P, whatever we want to do. Like 5B minus 35 is 2R. We have got 26R. If I multiply this by 13, then 65B minus 13 into 35 would be 455 equals 26R. I substitute here. 45 plus 65 is 110B equals 1195 plus 455. That is 1650. Therefore, price of one black whiteboard marker is 1650 by 110. That is 15. And that features in option C. Study the sets of observations given below. 4 sets are given. Which set does not have any mode? Now, for a given set of observation like this, a set may have one mode, two modes, but not more than two modes. A distribution can be unimodal, bimodal, but it cannot be multimodal. This is first thing. Second thing, now we go back. What do we mean by mode? Mode means variable occurring with highest frequency. Now, if we look at A, 2 or 4, 4, 4. Here 4 is occurring thrice. That means the mode of this distribution is 4, which is occurring thrice. And no other element is occurring more than 3 times. Neither 3 times. In B, as we can see, 3 is occurred twice, 5 occurring twice, 7 occurring twice, 6 occurring twice. That means all variables are occurring twice. So we will have mode 3, 5, 7, 6. But this is not possible. As the theory says, a distribution cannot be a multimodal. B have got no mode. Now let's check for C and D. For C, if we see 4 is occurring twice and 8 is also occurring twice, otherwise all other values are occurring once. That means for distribution C, we have got two modes. One is 4 and one is 8, which is acceptable because a distribution can be bimodal. Looking at distribution D, we can see 3 is occurring twice, otherwise all other variable is occurring once only. That means for distribution D, mode is 3, which is acceptable. For distribution B, where we have got 4 numbers occurring with same frequency, same highest frequency, that distribution cannot have any mode. Distribution B have got no mode, and B features in option D. We'll mark on option D, and that is the correct answer. Find the mean deviation for the distribution in the following table. Whenever nothing is mentioned about what kind of mean deviation we need to find, we always calculate mean deviation from mean. To calculate mean deviation from mean for this frequency distribution, mean deviation from mean is summation f into mod x minus x bar, where x bar stands for mean, divided by summation f. This is x and this is f. 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Frequency is 5, 10, 15, 14, 6. Total frequency comes down to 50. First of all, we need x bar. For x bar, we need f into x. 50, 120, 210, 224, 18 into 6 is 108, and add up. It will be 712. First find mean. X bar is summation fx by summation f. That is 712 by 50, and that will be equals to 14.24. Now find mod of x minus 14.24, that is x bar. 10 minus 14.24, but mod value, that will be 4.24. 12 minus this, 2.24. 14 minus 14.24, 0.24. 16 minus 14.24, 1.76. And 18 minus 14.24 would be 3.76. Next step, we will multiply this whole lot with frequency, that is f into mod x minus x bar. 4.24 into 5, 21.20. 2.24 into 2, 22.40. 0.24 into 15, 3.60. 1.76 into 14, 24.64. And 3.76 into 6 would be 22.56, and add them up. It will be 94.40. So mean deviation is 94.40. That is summation of f into mod x minus x bar divided by summation f. Summation f is 50. That comes to 1.514 44 8 8 8 8. that features in option B. The mean and standard deviation of 30 items, that means n is 30, is 5 and 1 respectively. Mean is 5 and standard deviation is 1. But it was later found that one item 4 was incorrect and it has to be replaced by x. 4 is incorrect data, 8 is correct data. What is the standard deviation correct up to 2 decimal places after this replacement? So first we need to find some wrong data, like summation x we need to find. Summation x is x bar into n, that is 5 into 30, that is 150. So correct summation n, I'm writing here incorrect value, I'm writing here correct value. Okay, so correct summation x would be 150 minus the wrong value plus the correct value, that will be 154. Now we know that SD square is summation x square by n minus summation x by n whole square. So this is for the wrong data. We are trying to calculate summation x square. Sigma square is 1, 1 square is 1. Summation x square n is 30 minus summation x by n is nothing but x bar, that is 5 square. So now 5 square is 25. If you go take it here, it will be 26. 26 into 30 would be 780. So wrong value of summation x square is 780. We need to find the correct value of summation x square. That would be 780, the wrong total, minus the square of the wrong number, add up the square of the correct number. Now 780 minus 16 plus 64 would be 828. Now we have this correct value, and correct value of n is again 30 minus 1 plus 1, minus 1 for taking out 4 and plus 1 for adding 8 to it. So ultimately we are left with 30 items again. So now the correct value of sigma square would be summation x square 828 by n 30 minus summation x 154 by 30 whole square. And if I take LCM 30 square, 828 into 30 would be 24840 minus 154 whole square is 23716. That would give me 1124 by 900. Therefore correct value of sigma is root over 1124 by 900. And let me use calculator for this. 1124 divided by 900 is 1.2488. Square root will give 1.117. 1.117, that is approximately 1.12, and that features in option A. In a milk can, the ratio of milk and water by volume is 3:2. And the volume of milk is 3 liter more than water. This is 3 liter more than water, means 3 into 3, this should be 9, and 3 into 2, this should be 6. That is the actual volume. And in another can, the ratio of milk to water is 4:3, difference is of 1, and the volume of milk is 5 liter more than water. So 5 into 4, it should be 20 and 15, actual. 1/3 of the content of first, okay, 1/3 of content of first, that means we are taking 1/3 of 9, that is 3, and 1/3 of 6, that is 2 liter from this, and 1/5 of the content of second, that would be 4 liter, and that would be 3 liter, is mixed. What is the ratio of milk and water in the final mixture? So milk taken out is 3 plus 4, that is 7, and water what we have got is 2 plus 3, that is 5 liter. So the ratio we are looking out for is 7:5. What is the ratio of milk and water by volume in the final mixture? It is 7:5. That features in option B. The capacity of a big reservoir tank in a residential complex is just sufficient to meet the need of water supply, 30 gallons per day per household, to its 1000 inmates for the period 1st January 2020 to 30th June 2020. Full stop. What should be the capacity of the reservoir? Capacity should be the water supplied to 1000 household and to each 30 gallons per day, and for how many days? 1st January 2020 mark this to 30th June. So in January we have 31 days. In February in 2020 we will have 29 days because it's a leap year. So January, February, March is 31, April is 30, May is 31, and then June is 30. So 60, 182 days. So the capacity of the tank is equals to water supply to 1000 houses at the rate of 30 gallons per day in 128 days, for 128 days. If the average depth of the reservoir is 7.6 meter, what is the surface area of the base? That means this is the reservoir, something like this. Its depth is known as 7.6 meter. We need to find this. Now we can compare na volume of the reservoir. Let's suppose this area is A, is 7.6 meter into A, and that should be equals to the capacity of the water. Now we need to convert gallon into liters. 1 gallon is 3.8 liters. That means water is this many liters. We know that 1 liter equals to 1000 cc, that is cubic centimeter. Now can I say 1000 into 30 into 182 into 3.8 into 10 cube, total water equals to A into 7.6 meter can be written as 7.6 into 100 centimeter because it is in cc. We just need to find A in square meters, isn't it? Perfect. But whatever value we will get from of A after solving this will be in square centimeter. 20, let it out. 3.8, 7.6 is 2, 2 is this 91. 91 into 3, 2730,000. That is equals to A. This is in square centimeter. To convert this into square meter, we will take out 4 zeros from it. That means A will be equals to 3 zeros. Na? How many zeros do we have? 3, 4, 5. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll take out 4 zeros. So this will be 2730 square meter, the area of the base. 2730 is in option C. The following table shows the marks scored by two students X and Y in 4 subjects P, Q, R and S along with the respective weights. What is the missing marks such that the weighted means of the marks obtained by PQRS in PQRS by X and Y are equal? That means this is RF, this is X, and if this is Y, that means summation of Fx is equals to summation of Fy. Suppose this is simply Y, then 54 into 1, 54 plus 56 into 2, 112, 60 into 3, 180 plus 70 into 4 is 280. That accounts to 626. This is for X, summation Fx, summation Fy, 53 into 1 plus 2y plus 63 into 3, 189, 77 into 4, 308. That should be equals to 311, 550 plus 2y. Now these two are equal. That means 2y is equals to 626 minus 550, that is 76. Y is equals to 76 by 2, that is 38. 38 features in option B. Option B is the answer. The temperature of water kept in a glass at 60 degrees centigrade was allowed to fall, and it was recorded at an interval of every 2 minutes. The variation of temperature in degrees centigrade with the time in minutes is presented through the table given below. For which interval was the rate of fall of temperature with time equals to 4 degrees centigrade per minute? These are the records, time, and let's see the fall. Here fall is 2, and as we see in the time, it's in the interval of 2 minutes only. Here the fall in temperature is 2, that means 1 degree per minute. Here it is 5, 2.5 degree per minute. Here it is like 7, that is 3.5 degree per minute. 46 minus 38 is 8, that is 4 degree per minute. That is what we are looking out for, 4 degree per minute. That is what is asked, 4 degree centigrade per minute. That is from D to E. If we move from D to E, then we register 4 degree centigrade per minute fall in temperature. D to E, yes, that features in option D, and that is the answer. The wire of length L is closely on a cylindrical rod such that there are 100 turns. That is the total length of the wire. What is the diameter of the rod? That means one circumference on the rod is equals to L by 100. Because there are 100 rounds on this rod, so one circumference would be L by 100, and that should be equals to 2 pi r. That is circumference formula if the radius of this rod is r. So r or 2r, they are asking about the diameter. 2r is equals to L by 100 pi. Yes, and that features in which option? Option A. If x is a positive quantity, then find the value of x if this holds good. Okay, 12 cube is 1728 plus 1 minus 1000, that would be 729. So we have 243 into x square plus 4 by 729 minus this off will go first. 30 divided by 6 is 5. So this should be equals to 1/3 minus 1 is minus 2/3 plus 5. 15 minus 2, 13 by 3. Okay. So 3 times 729 is 243. Bingo, that's gone. That means x square plus 4 is 13. X square is 13 minus 4, that is 9. Therefore x is root 9, that is 3, and that features in option A. Find the value of root over something, and there is a dash over 8, means this is recurring. First let us convert this into fraction. 0.178 recurring in fraction would be 178 minus 17 for the non-recurring part, divided by 9 for the recurring part, and 00 for the non-recurring part after decimal point. That will come to 161 by 900. So we have 161 by 900 plus 2 by 9, or let me write like this. This will become 361 by 900. Great. Now we need to find the root of this. 361 is 19 square, so it will be 19, and 900 is 30 square, so it would be 30. 19 by 30 or 57 by 90, it becomes easy, 62, 63. That would be 0.63333, or 0.63 recurring it would be. Now it is not 0.63, it is 33333 recurring. Oh yes, option B fits in. It is given that root 5 is 2.236, root 2 is 1.414, then what is the value correct up to 3 decimal point of this particular expression? See, it is not advisable to put these value directly and then try to find the value. Let us see first how to find the square root of something number which is also there in surd. Let root over 3 plus root 5 is equals to root x plus root y. Then if I square both sides, I'll get 3 plus root 5 equals x plus y plus 2 root xy. Comparing, we'll get x plus y is equals to 3 and 2 root over xy is root 5. That means I can say 4xy is equals to 5. Now let me find the value of x minus y whole square. That is x plus y whole square minus 4xy. That is 9 minus 5, 4. Now I have x minus y is 2 and x plus y is 3. On solving this, we get x equals to 5 by 2 and y equals to half. That means root over 3 plus root 5 is actually equals to root 5 by root 2 plus 1 by root 2, and root over 3 minus root 5 will be equals to root 5 by root 2 minus 1 by root 2. Once we have this, if we substitute these values in this place, we can have our answer. So numerator is 22 root 2 divided by 4 root 2 minus root 5 by root 2 minus 1 by root 2 minus 41 root 2 upon 7 root 2 plus root 5 by root 2 minus 1 by root 2. Now if I multiply numerator and denominator by root 2, I'll get what? 22 into 2, that will be 44, upon 4 into 2, that is 8, minus root 5 minus 1. So let me write this as 7 minus root 5 minus, and if I multiply this by root 2, 41 into 2 would be 82 by 7 into 2 is 14, 14 minus 1 would be 13 plus root 5. Now let me do the rationalization by multiplying this part by 7 plus root 5. So this will become 7 square minus root 5 square. Multiply this by 13 minus root 5. This will become 13 square and then minus root 5 square, as a plus b into a minus b is a square minus b square. 7 square is 49. 49 minus 5 is 44. Cancelled. So we are left with 7 plus root 5 minus 13 square is 169 minus 5 is 164. So 82, this will be 2 minus 13 by 2 plus root 5 by 2. On solving this, we'll get 14 minus 13, that is 1, and 2 root 2 plus 2 root 5 plus root 5 is 3 root 5. So the value of the given expression is 1 plus 3 root 5 by 2. Root 5 is 2.236. 2.236 into 3, 18,10167 and 6.708 plus 1 would be 7.708 by 2. That would be 3.854, and that features in option D. Option D is the answer.